So the single biggest piece of career advice that I've ever heard, that I realized after the fact I was implementing, I didn't realize it at the time, was Scott Adams, the guy who invented Dilbert. Easy to remember who came up with this piece of advice, because how many people invented Dilbert? His big advice was, it's not about any particular skill, it's about combining skills. Right? The world is becoming an ever more complicated place. Everything is slamming together. Right? Fields that used to be discrete are now combining. Due in a large part to what we've been talking about. And so it's not about any individual skill, it's about combining skills and then constantly layering in new skills. And so like the great example is you can be an engineer and you can be an engineering track, you can be a writer, be a professional writer, but what if you're an engineer with writing skills, right? And then you can be the engineer who can then actually articulate what engineers do, which might be helpful. Or you could be a writer, right, who understands engineering culture, and you could write books about technology, right? And all of a sudden, like both of those are like highly differentiated skills. Like those are very special skills. And then what if on top of that you threaded in knowledge of education, and then you had the ability to write about technology in education, and all of a sudden that's a very special thing. And then basically through the course of your life, you just keep layering in, you keep layering in more and more skills. We were actually, I'll brag on Sebastian, professor turned executive turned entrepreneur, right? Is like, now talk about like a magical combination of skills, right? There's no possible professor who can keep up with him in business, and there are very few business people who can keep up with him on the intellectual side of things. And so the magic is in the combination, and I suspect the world's going to get more in the direction where combinations are going to get much more valuable.